Hey.
Make believe music. Hey, welcome, everybody. This is episode 28. Yeah, those are the only two languages I really know. Actually, no, I know one more, but I don't know numbers yet, so sorry. Do you want to give it a chance for 28 this time, Sal?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm done with that.
Our seasoned Japanese translator has given up.
I'm just gonna say dos and ocho.
All right, there we go.
2-8.
He goes to his roots. So welcome again, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. If you're with us now, hello. But yeah, so we're gonna get into episode 28. We got a couple topics to go through. Hopefully, enjoy our crazy nonsense, but we make a lot of sense to ourselves. So say something, Justin. Come on.
Shout out to 500 views. That's lit.
Hey, yes,
there we go.
Views. That's exciting.
That is so true. Thank you to everybody that has watched our previous 27 episodes. We thank you. It is a big number for us. We are a small channel, so yes. Thank you, and thank you. We are striving for more, so let's get to 1,000 by next week. Let's do it. Right?
That's possible.
It is possible. It is possible. So just throwing it out there, and somebody might, throw this along to somebody else. All right, let's get into it. So first up, we have La Liga, and this weekend was kind of garbage. Yeah, no, I was doing a little choreography there.
I see that.
I was playing. I'm Courtois in net right now, trying to block all the haters. But yeah, it was a disappointing weekend, at least from my perspective, because Real Madrid let the gap close between first and second, and they got it a little bit too tight. I'm gonna go over the scores for the weekend. We had Atletico de Madrid and I believe Valencia. Yeah, Valencia 2-2 tie. And then Mallorca and Alaves. Mallorca pulls up the win 1-0. Barca and Getafe, second and third place battle. Barca pulls out the win thanks to 2 goals from Griezmann. Getafe scored one late, made it things interesting, but didn't have enough to get the draw or the win. And then we have Villareal beating Levante 2-1. And then Sevilla and Espanyol played to a 2-2 tie. That was a very interesting game. Espanyol is really trying to battle their way out of relegation. And then Leganés and Betis played to a 0-0 draw. More thanks at hand to a red card for Betis. I think that kind of helped out Leganés, but too bad they couldn't score a winner. And then the disappointing game was Celta de Vigo at Real Madrid. That ended in a 2-2 tie, thanks to some shoddy defensive work from the boys, letting up a goal late in the game to Celta de Vigo. So with that, the table looks as follows. Real Madrid is in first with 53 points after the draw. Barca in second with 52. So just a 1 point difference now. I did call it 2-point win for the league. So I'm almost there. And then Getafe in third after the loss with 40, stay in third with 42. Atletico Madrid move up. I believe, no, actually they stayed in fourth. They gain 1 point from the draw. They stay at 40 points, or they make it to 40 points. Sevilla, with their draw against Espanyol, move up to 40 points, and they're tied with Atletico de Madrid. Madrid having the tiebreaker due to beating Sevilla. I think it was like right after the Christmas break. And then Villarreal bumps their way up to 6th place, and that's only because the Real Sociedad and I believe Eibar game was suspended because air quality. Supposedly, from what I heard during the Real Madrid game, there's a landfill nearby in the city, and they were burning plastics, and I guess there's a chemical in plastic that when you burn it, it is bad to breathe. So that was, affecting the air, and they didn't want to put the players or fans in danger, so they just postponed the game.
That definitely.
They were trying to play the game today, so they wouldn't have to make it up later, but that didn't fall through. So the game is, I guess you could say, is being determined when they're going to play that game, replay or whatever. And then relegation, we have Mallorca in 18, Leganés and Espanyol. I'll get the points in just a second so we can determine how different they are from one another. Mallorca in 18 has 21, Leganés 19, Espanyol at 19 as well. So Leganés and Espanyol are bottom of the barrel. Celta de Vigo is tied with Mallorca actually at 21 as well. So those four are still basically in contention to make it or drop. And I believe,
Hey, Gabor is back.
That I just uploaded every day. Definitely will take a look, Gab. Thank you for stopping by, man.
Now, listen, man. By the time we get to 50 videos, we're going to get you that grill. Somebody's going to get you the grill out here. We're going to figure it out, man.
Make an Amazon list and I'll get you the grill.
Hey, but Madrid dropped points, right?
Yes, Madrid did drop points.
Did Bale play at all?
Yes, he did. And it wasn't a bad game, but it wasn't a great game.
No. I meant, like, did he play golf or did he play for the team?
He played for the team, man. All right, so we're going to troll. I see.
Hey, I'm just, you know what I'm saying? The people want to know. The people want to know, like, what's up with him, because clearly there's a lot of things going on with him, and I don't really know what to tell you, bro. He makes the most money on that team, and it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I get you, but Zidane is still giving him minutes. I guess trying to break him out of his scoring slump, I guess if that's what you want to call it. I just call it bad football. He's not playing well. I don't know if he'll ever get it back, but time will tell. In other news, Simeone in the league, he's not doing so well. So this Thursday we'll be talking about Champions League, but with that being said, his job is in danger with the Champions League I guess draw looming, or already happened today. So we'll talk about that later. But I just wanted to put that out there that supposedly his job is up for grabs depending on how he does in that Champions League, because he hasn't been doing well in La Liga so far, sitting there in fourth place. Casillas is going to run for the Spanish FA presidency.
I saw that.
Yep.
He put his name out there, so that's great news. We'll probably get somebody in there that actually knows what they're doing, and not babysitting Barcelona all the time. Makes it more fair for the whole league and not just one team. And speaking of Barcelona, they were actually given permission to sign Dembele replacement, and the possible signee is Leganés striker Braithwaite. I believe he's Belgian. Braithwaite. He's Belgian.
All I know is, who cares what his name is the fact that they're allowed to be able to do that is ridiculous.
These FIFA rules are kind of wonky in that.
I actually have a tweet to read, and it says as follows: Barcelona gets to sign a new striker because they're bad at long-term planning. Makes sense.
Yes.
Basically what it is.
It is exactly what it is, because not only are they paying that clause for that player, but he's an integral part to that team. Like, he's
and Leganés is literally right now
in a relegation battle, and they can't do anything about it.
Because Barca just dropped those 20 mil, and it's like, thank you. Like, you guys are screwed now.
Yeah,
find somebody that can score for you and get you out of relegation.
And that's going to be key into them dropping, because he's a goal scorer. So
yeah.
What happened to Prince Boateng?
My dude, I like Prince, man, but he gets transferred every window.
Yeah, exactly. I have no idea if he's still even on the roster at Barcelona.
No, he's not at Barca anymore. He's
I'm remembering because they brought him in for the Suarez backup, and then
Did he even play?
Yeah, Boateng had played.
I don't remember seeing him out there.
Yeah. Well, you didn't see him a lot, but he did make appearances for Barcelona.
But he gets transferred every freaking transfer window, it seems like.
No, yeah, he does. Well, nowadays, because he's not like an elite player anymore. He's just something that you can bring off the bench and they'll change the game. And you just tell him what to do, kind of deal. So with that, the games that we can look forward to this weekend that to me are interesting will be Betis Mallorca. Mallorca battling for relegation. I always include the relegation team because that race is as interesting as the first and second. Celta de Vigo and Leganés, relegation as well, battle. And then we have Barca Eibar, which is going to be a good game because Eibar can score. They can, cause Barca a little bit of problems. Will they? That we'll find out this weekend. Levante and Real Madrid. I believe Real Madrid travels to Levante for this one, right before we play City at home in the Champions League next week. And then we have Valladolid and the Espanyol, the relegation battle team. And lastly, we have third versus fifth, which would be Getafe and Sevilla. So with the win, Sevilla jumps to third, and with a loss, they either stay where they are or they drop down out of the Europa places. So that, my friends, is your La Liga update. Any questions, comments, concerns?
That race is getting close at the top. You still confident that Madrid gonna pull it off?
Yeah, I believe we still have what it takes. We slipped up a little bit on defense. Very unfortunate. I guess
there's a lot of problems.
Well, we don't have a lot of problems. I just don't like the subs that Zidane made during the game. And I hate to say this, but Marcelo should not be starting over Mendy. I know. Trust me, it like I feel like I'm getting a sore throat as like they're coming out of my mouth.
It hurts me to hear that, bro.
But Mendy is more better for the defense. Like I understand what Marcelo brings in the attacking sense, but we do have, I feel like, a better solid defense with Mendy out there. And then I feel like Vinicius should have been brought on earlier. And it's just a couple things here and there. Hazard played more than he was supposed to. Supposedly was supposed to play only 30 minutes.
Is he still fat?
He's still fat.
No, actually, you know what's crazy? There's a picture. I don't know, you guys haven't seen it, but it's going everywhere. There's a picture from the beginning of the season where you could tell he's hella fat.
Yeah, you didn't want to say that he was fat though in the beginning.
Of course, I'm not going to. He just had a big jersey, bro.
Dude, plump.
He had one of those 90s jerseys on.
Exactly. So there you go.
Crazy.
And then you look at the picture now, like from this past game, it's like complete night and day difference. It made me think that he took so long to get back to the pitch just so they can get him into shape.
That makes sense. It's
actually plus rehabilitating the injury he suffered in the Champions League game versus PSG. But I feel like conspiracy theory wise, they kept him out a little bit just so he could lose a couple pounds. But yeah, that's that. So we continue on, and we will continue with Man City.
Oh.
Well, we'll jump into Premier League, and our first topic will be League 2 team, Man City.
League 2 team. Bro, take everything away from them, bro. Listen, I read an article today about City and their suspension from Champions League just really being like the tip of the iceberg, kind of smoke screens type of deal, because apparently whatever their owners have been into, which a lot of us that watched the game, I think, have kind of already knew that they were kind of, underhanded in something that they were doing. Apparently, whatever they're getting punished for, it's pretty big. And we haven't seen the end of whatever punishment they're going to get. My man.
Yeah, so what they've been doing is they've been funneling money through different companies that they own. So they would say that this sponsorship deal is getting X amount of money, and the money from that sponsorship deal is being funneled down to buying out players, which you're not supposed to take money from the sponsorship deals. So they're saying, oh yeah, we're only getting this much, but we're laundering money from this island onto this island over here, and then bringing it back over here so we can.
It's like they're cleaning their dirty money through Man City, basically, and like you know what I'm saying, through the club, and they have really gotten. There was a video that I saw of Arsene Wenger talking about the punishment, that they deserve the punishment, and then the replies from the Arsenal fans under there were freaking fantastic, bro. They're like, yo, the Don has spoken. I've seen so many video clips, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, with Liverpool really on the verge of winning the league, this is probably the best news for everybody else in the league. For City, you don't take to be going down the way that they have been because, you know, cheating, bro, like, just, you know what I mean? Like, cheating in sports is just like, it's a level of like disrespect that it's like it's unmatched to me because it's like, yo, like these dudes, you know what I'm saying, this is their life, especially with football. It's their life. They live and breathe. It's year round. They put in all that work. And then you telling me these dudes just throwing a whole bunch of money to buy whatever team they want and just swiping us aside for all these years, coming up. And now we find out they've been cheating. Hell yeah, take them down. I'm talking about, hey, whatever they got to do, look into it, delve deep. Points deduction supposedly on the horizon from the Premier League. So that means 2017, 2018, Man United finished second. That might be another trophy. I don't know, but I'm totally on board. If they want to take that from them and give it to us, I'll take it. 21. What'd I say? 21? 21. I can't remember. There you go.
You went from 2 to 1.
I freaking did a Nixon. All right, 21. But yeah, apparently it is really big what's going to happen to them. And so we'll just have to wait and see what happens to them in the next few months. I mean, right now, they're suspended from Champions League for 2 years. They're going to appeal that, maybe hoping to have the appeal process drag out as long as possible so they can kind of try to squeak by or whatnot. But what I don't know, and you guys might be able to help me out, is what happens this year? Are they able to advance and win the tournament this year?
Yeah.
Okay.
This year, yeah. That doesn't affect them at all this season.
Right.
It will affect them in the next coming up. So basically, I heard third will be second, fourth will be third, and fifth will be fourth.
Right.
And then for the table.
But if they're able to drag this out through the court of arbitration, and that has to go through Sweden for some strange reason, if they do get it through the summer, then that means they enter next season into the Champions League, and they won't see the ban until the year after.
Right.
And that's what you're trying to avoid. You're trying to get this done as quickly as possible, get them banned now, and then go from there afterwards. But I think I said it best. I think replying to you, Justin, Serie A, just throw them down to the championship.
Throw them in a championship. I already said it. Ship Pep off to Perth Glory as their manager. You know what I mean? Let's go. Get it.
No, done. I actually want to see if he stays true to his word and goes down with them into League Two.
You really think that they'll demote him a league? They'll get dropped a league? I don't see that happening.
I don't think that, no.
The FA is crazy. So
no, this is the FA. I mean, this isn't like Italian, soccer where Italian soccer would actually punish any team.
Yeah, but you have to give them some sort of a reprimand. Like just a couple points taken away in Champions League. No, like you kind of just built a team so you can dominate the league. You took advantage of that. If they don't, then it's shitty, but they should. I feel like
thing too, because it's like they're saying that the cheating they're investigating from 2012 all the way to 2016, but for me it should be from 2012 to present day, because during those years all the cheating that they did, they're reaping the benefits now as well. So why is it, why is it cut off in that year range? I think they should be punished for everything that they've been able to accomplish when they were allegedly cheating. They should be reprimanded for all of that.
What I'm looking at as well is every team that City owns, though, because City just doesn't own Manchester City. You have NYC, you have Melbourne City. So many teams out there. What's to say that the money isn't funneled through those teams as well at this point?
They got to do a lot of investigating to find out exactly what's going on. the owners are probably trying to cover their tracks as we speak. I mean, there's a lot of things.
Oh yeah, definitely. From the moment that broke out, they got lawyers out the freaking wazoo trying to figure this out to help them out. But what I just find it funny is the team with no history and gets all this money, wins a couple of titles, and then just now gets thrown into the light like this is how you did it.
Yep. Frauds.
It's very embarrassing. Very, very embarrassing.
It is. I don't hear their fan base saying nothing. They're real quiet right now.
PSG fans probably hiding in the back somewhere. Like
exactly. And
our owners are also from there.
PSG is next. I'm telling you, they're next up, bro. Because if you're gonna get City, then you got to get PSG because that whole Neymar and Mbappe thing, that was crazy. There's no way, bro. Yeah. They almost spent $500 million on those two. That's impossible. Get out of here.
Yep. And all they get to reap out of that though is just league titles as well. So that's the funny thing about it all.
Knocked out of Champions League in like the 4th round or whatnot.
Yeah. But they did get that one stolen against Barca. That is a given.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, that one.
The Barca one?
The Barcelona one? Yeah.
Oh yeah, Oh yeah. That's right. Wait, so hold on. You're saying that they got robbed?
Well, PSG got robbed, yeah.
PSG got robbed? Why though?
Because the refereeing was straight garbage.
Oh yeah, I mean, I just remember hating Barca so badly that all the goals were good for me. So I didn't really, you know what I'm saying? Watching Barca get fucked over was wrong.
Barca got.
Oh no,
Barca, yeah, Barca.
Barca, yeah, that's right. Barca fucked PSG over. I'm tripping. Yeah. They've already did that to Chelsea before. Also, I'm wild. I'm thinking about. Yo, hold up. Before we even get started about that, how does Barcelona get a pass after letting Liverpool win the Champions League last year? After blowing that entire whole thing, were they up 4-0?
They don't. They get that. You see that all the time on Twitter. Yeah, at least I do.
There's no way that team should ever be able to come back from that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, anywho.
Oh yeah.
What were the scores that we had this weekend? Well, let's get to the important games. What games did we have this weekend that were worth a watch?
We had Aston Villa Tottenham turned out to be a pretty good matchup. Tottenham won that one really late, 3-2. I think it was a Son goal.
Yeah, it was a Son goal. Yeah, that's where his injury comes from now.
Yeah. And so they did get a big win, but at a very big cost because looks like Son has a broken arm. Mourinho expects him to be out for the remainder of the season. So no Kane until April, no Son. It's going to be tough sledding for them moving forward. Then we had Arsenal, Newcastle. Arsenal looking like a prime 2000s Arsenal. They won 4-0 in that game. Lacazette finally scored a goal after God knows how long.
But your four main players scored. That you have Aubameyang, Ozil, which is what?
His first goal of the season, bro.
Pepe and Lacazette. I mean, if they're rolling like that, then 5th place, guys. Let's go.
Ozil and Bell are definitely playing 18 holes during the week.
I'm not throwing Ozil into the mix. I can't have you do that, man. I'm sorry.
I kind of feel he is, somewhere along the way he catches a plane, private charter, all the way to Spain.
Benzie, you're tripping. This ain't 2010 no more, dog.
Ozil does not look like a golfer, first off.
Or he might be the caddy, bro. You never know. They're definitely playing golf. But anyways, move forward.
I'm done, man.
Liverpool, Norwich, a scrappy game, 1-0 to the Scousers. We also had Southampton Burnley. Burnley wins that 2-1. And then we had, of course, Man United versus Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. United comes through with the 2-0 victory. Goals from Martial and the boy Harry Maguire, a.k.a. Slabhead. Huge
nut shots.
Right. Kung Fu kicker. We'll get into that. We'll get into that as well. But what's exciting about the Premier League now is really not the top race. We know that Liverpool is gonna pretty much walk away with the league, but there is now with City's punishment coming, there is a pretty good race brewing for 4th and 5th spots. You got Chelsea at 4 with 41 points, and then I'm gonna go down from 5 to 10 to show you what teams are really in that top 4, top 5 race. You got Sheffield United. No, you got Tottenham on 40 points, so they're a point off. You got Sheffield United on 39 points, Man United on 38 points, Wolves on 36 points, Everton on 36 points, and in 10th you have Arsenal with 34 points. So essentially, there's like a 3-game swing here that could turn somebody's season around. Any one of those 5 teams' season could be turned, and these next 3 games coming up is going to be crucial. Tottenham's 1 point off, Sheffield United's 2 point off, Man United's 3 points off, and then you got Wolves, Everton, and Arsenal. If they put together 3 wins, depending on what happens in that top 6, they could be right back in it.
Yep.
So it's time to get excited about the top 4 race, baby. Let's go. The race for top 4. Let's go.
Man. Well,
top 5, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, top 5. Oh, my bad. Even better. Race for top 5. Let's go, man. You in there.
Man. So, everybody criticizing Wenger all those years, saying all we need to do is get into the top 4. Now we're all celebrating the top 4.
Top 5, bro. Top 5. Yo, trolled Arsenal for years about finishing 4th. He's like, oh, we would just win a FA Cup and finish 4th. That's a quality season for Arsenal. Now it's about finishing 5th, baby.
Well, they're second most in FA Cup wins, though, right?
Yep.
No, they're first. They passed us.
Yeah,
again?
You're right. Yeah, no,
they passed us again because
we won it in 2017. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So they're the number 1 team in FA Cups. But yeah, though that's how close the race is at the for the 4th and 5th spot for Champions League. So
the surprising thing about that, though, for me, sorry to cut you off, is Sheffield United right there sitting in the mix, like neatly in the mix.
Yeah.
And then Wolves is slowly just disappearing from being like in the bottom at the beginning of the season, then shooting all the way up, and then now they're like slowly just declining again. I mean, it's crazy.
Based off where we had Sheffield United at the beginning of the season to where they're now, they're not going anywhere. Shout out to their goalkeeper, Dean Henderson, who's on loan from Man United, trying to get pushed for that Euro spot, baby. Let's go. Leave Pickford at home, Southgate. Leave Pickford at home. Take the boy Henderson. He's ready. Ready. Man, listen. All I know is, like I said, 3 wins changes the season. So, to be completely biased, Man United need to get these next 3 wins. We got Watford at home on Sunday, I believe. We got a Europa game on Thursday against Club Brugge or something like that. But whatever, it's gonna be a huge next couple of weeks, Premier League wise. So I mean, I guess if you're not a Liverpool fan, which I hope most of you guys aren't, that top 4, top 5 battle is going to be incredible, actually. So, that's something to look forward to. And as far as Premier League goes, we did touch on Son breaking his arm. So speedy recovery to Heung-min Son. We talked about City. And now, before we go any further, we have a new segment.
Wait.
Go ahead.
I have a quick question before we get into that new segment.
You're good.
All right, so Ancelotti is getting the boys at Everton, sitting here at 36 points. Let's say they make it to the top 5, right? Mm-hmm. Do you see Everton splashing more cash and making a team to compete?
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely. With Ancelotti at manager, you have to. That's
very interesting. Next season is going to be nice.
Yeah. That's an interesting that whole dynamic is interesting, bro.
Because here's the thing for Arsenal. They play Everton next, and then they play City the game after. So Everton could really use this to their advantage to say,
absolutely,
we're going to jump the table and try to get into one of those European spots. But yeah.
And that's why from 5 all the way down to 10, it's crazy. Like 1 or 2 wins and then maybe a couple of draws in there even could change up a lot of things, because Chelsea's in trouble right now. Chelsea has Tottenham this weekend.
Oh.
So that's a big matchup. And I know Tottenham's a little bit crippled right now, but that's still a big game, because if Tottenham wins, they go in the 4th by 2.
Yeah. And with Kepa already falling out of favor with Lampard.
I heard Lampard's ready to sell him.
Yeah, I mean,
most expensive keeper in the world.
Yeah, but what are you proving right now with Caballero? He looks even more lost.
Well, Caballero's like he's been trash though. Caballero's been gone before.
Well, yeah, he has been. Well, I really don't ever recall an Argentinian goalkeeper that's good.
Sergio Romero.
Sergio Romero.
He's good now. Don't. Hey, listen. I hated on Sergio for years, But since he's been at Man U, clutch. What are you talking about? Man,
yeah, but you're biased. You're Man U.
Yeah, you have.
All right, fine. I'm biased. There is no good Argentine keepers.
So for real, I mean, Chelsea's going down at this point.
Yeah, this is like when Mourinho put Diego Lopez instead of Iker Casillas when he was at Madrid. That's basically what Lampard is doing.
Kepa to Casillas.
Well, you know what I'm saying. You have a better goalkeeper. Okay, Kepa hasn't had a good season, but he's a better goalkeeper than Caballero.
Not to Frank Lampard.
Well, yeah, I get you, but that's what Mourinho said. I'd rather have Diego Lopez than Iker Casillas. What did that do for us? Nothing. Diego Lopez was complete garbage.
Do you remember how mad I used to get with seeing him in net, bro?
But the thing is, speaking of Diego Lopez, I believe he plays at Espanyol, and look where Espanyol is at right now, bottom of the table.
On the way
out. There you go.
Yeah.
And this is what Caballero is going to do to Chelsea. Well, I doubt they'll go all the way to the bottom of the table, but they're going to get out of contention for any European type spot.
Hey, but why isn't Lampard in trouble for doing this? If you were Solskjaer, yeah, you have to wonder what kind of backroom intel he has on Abramovich or on somebody back there, because
dude has nudes or something, bro.
They just have complete faith in what he's doing, and they gotta let him control it. Like, it's his first season, they gotta let him do what he thinks is best, and then he's gonna find out the hard way that it wasn't the best idea. That's basically it.
I believe Pulisic is still injured as well. If there's anybody want to update on the young Captain America, he's injured for a couple more weeks, I believe. So that's why we haven't seen him. Anybody that was wondering, he's been injured. But so I don't know. You're right though, Sal. Lampard does not come under nowhere near enough scrutiny for what's happening with Chelsea right now. But
he's getting A-League managerial status where you can go 18 months and shit.
I'm just gonna go with this. The man for first season, surprisingly, is in 4th place. So you really can't say that he should be under fire. Yeah, he's had a bad couple of run of games, but then again, you don't have Tammy Abraham. You lost Conte early in that last game against United. Just the cards weren't in his favors, and and then that goal that was disallowed, erroneously, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you have Fred push Azpilicueta right into the back.
You saw a little arm go out. I don't know.
You see Fred go like this,
I didn't see that. I saw the push from Chelsea. I didn't see the one from Man United.
I saw Azpilicueta push Brandon Williams. I saw Fred kind of use his arm to kind of get a feel for where the ball was at. I didn't see a push. I don't know.
I don't know. I saw
what you're looking at.
The commentator saw a push.
Hey,
we all saw a push.
Hey. VAR.
You saw the disallowed goal, so you took it and ran with it, and that's
VAR
okay.
is one of the most, let's say, VAR is fantastic.
It's unnecessary.
No, VAR did what it was supposed to do. Perfect. They reviewed it, right? So what can I say?
Hey,
anyways, all right, let's get to.
I'm one of these people that saw the ball busting that Harry Maguire did and was like, I don't see a problem with it. You see Mishi trying to fall on him. He's just trying to protect himself. He's not kicking.
Yeah, that's exactly what Maguire said. Well, I don't know. I didn't really see that one in full time. So I saw the picture. That's all I have. The context I have.
I mean, when you watch it, you could tell there wasn't any malicious intent in it. He didn't drop kick him. He just kind of stuck his leg out because Batshuayi was about to really fall on him. I'll be honestly though, he could have got a red though. I've seen people get red for something innocuous like that.
Well, it was the same ref that gave Son the red card.
That's why people were pissed.
Yeah.
That's why. All right, Jay, you want to take it to your segment?
Oh yeah. So we got a new segment for your boy FieldTalk. We're gonna have Sal featured on here. Benzie can go ahead and come in as well. And what's being said?
I'm gonna take a break.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Is basically where I go fishing through the internet, social media. I've alluded to this before, but I go and look into some of the things that people are saying about our respective clubs, and then get us to react about it. So it's going to be called What's Being Said. So every show you'd be looking out for what's being said. Your team could be on there. My team could be on there. Benzi's team is going to be on there. Other teams are going to be on there. Who knows? But what's being said. So today, Sal, there's a tweet that I have here. You may actually be familiar with this tweet.
All right.
The tweet goes as follows. Man, Arsenal paid a lot of money for Pepe just for him to be the Ivorian Theo Walcott. What do you feel? How do you feel about that? By the way, that was my tweet.
Goodness gracious.
Oh man. Theo who?
Theo Walcott.
I mean Theo who? That's all I gotta say now. It's Pepe's first year. Give him a break. He came from Liga. Liga is shits too. I mean, I don't know who really has come out of Liga that's been famous in the past few years. Trying to think. No, but I mean, he went through,
I don't know.
I mean, he had Emery in the beginning. Emery wasn't good for him. Now he has Arteta. Arteta's bringing him out. He's doing, he's doing what he's supposed to do. Just give him time. He's not a bust yet. I'm not gonna say he's a bust until next year. I mean,
he's riding for his guy. What about you, Benzi? Ivorian Walcott or what?
I don't know. Theo Walcott is an Arsenal legend though, but
legend at being hurt.
Yeah, but okay. Well, I mean, like legend in the sense that he had some bright moments and like he showed up in some big games. But yeah, he was hurt a lot. That is true. I was trying to get to my point. I totally forgot. But anyways, I remember when we first started this, like when we started like our podcast and we did our, preseason predictions and this and that. I said the flop of the year was going to be Pepe. So far, kind of. He has bright moments, but more times than not, he's not producing for the price tag that he has on his head, if you know what I'm saying.
So, is he an Ivorian Theo Walcott?
This season, yes. But we don't know what there is to come, so I guess.
All right.
So wait, is Pepe's Ivorian?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I was gonna say, is Theo Walcott fucking English? I was like, the hell's going on here?
He is the Ivorian Walcott.
No, he's not.
Yeah, was Walcott really that bad though?
For the hype around Theo Walcott?
Yeah, he was never there. I mean, that's the thing.
And the thing about it is, when I call Pepe Ivorian Theo Walcott, I'm just saying it's like he's got all the ability, but he doesn't do anything. He's out there.
Okay, I'll take that.
You know what I mean? Like,
I get you.
I'd go. And funny enough, that once I tweeted that, he gets an assist and then he gets a goal 2 minutes later. To be fair to him,
that's how it goes.
Yeah, that's exactly how it goes.
It's like the curse of the commentator kind of
right.
thing.
Right.
Basically.
So continuing on, this was another one that I saw. This was actually a video, but I'm just going to take a couple quotes from it. Manchester United legend Roy Keane was not
fuck him. Fuck him.
Not happy about the way that Arsenal celebrated that 4-0 victory to Newcastle. I'm going to paraphrase here. He says, Arsenal celebrating beating Newcastle 4-0 like they won the Champions League is laughable. Oh, he said, he goes on to say some other things. I'm not going to really go into it, but it's a bunch of head shaking, tongue clicking, and just like you guys are daft for celebrating a 4-0 win against.
Where's Patrick Vieira when I need him?
Right, exactly.
I mean, where's the tunnel at? I need a fight here. I need a fight at Old Trafford. No, man, he wouldn't be saying this if it was Manchester United celebrating a win like that. And Manchester United is where on the table as well. So, I mean,
it's true. It's all true.
Fuck him.
Well, we got an answer from him. How do you feel, Mario? Did you think they over celebrated a 4-0 win against?
Well, I'm gonna be totally honest. I did not see it, but
okay, you know the situation. They celebrated. Yeah. Basically, it was a really hype celebration to beat Newcastle.
It's your first convincing win under Arteta, under Mikel. So why not celebrate it?
To be fair, to be fair, they're celebrating Lacazette's goal. That's what they're celebrating because he hasn't scored in a while. So they're hyped for him. So who wouldn't be hyped for, your teammate getting a goal after a while?
You've been under a new system for a while. You've been getting draw after draw after draw, and then you finally are winning convincingly. Players are getting out of their slumps. I don't know. I feel like you're okay to celebrate any which way you want. You know what I'm saying? It's like people gave the U.S. women a lot of hate for the way they celebrated.
Right, which was
it's like the point of the game is to score, to win.
Have fun doing it.
Yeah, so celebrate however you want. It doesn't matter what game it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if they were, trying to get out of relegation? Like they're like, yeah, we're not relegation anymore. Or, I don't know. There's many ways to look at it. I guess he's just being a hater, to be honest. He's just salty. I don't know.
Yeah, he's a pretty mean guy, but I just wanted to see if I wanted to get that laugh out. And that, ladies and gentlemen, has been what's being said. So be on the lookout for the next episode. We're probably gonna pull up some good Real Madrid content so we can see how Benzi feels, and probably we'll do both. And then I'll even read some for me. And then you guys
actually I'll look up some for you.
I'll look up some too.
That sounds good. And that was what's being said.
Thank you, Jay. That was very entertaining and good laugh. Good laugh. All right, so Sal, what is going down under?
So
talk to me, Sal.
We have match day 19. We have 10 more match days left in Australia for the A-League. Let's kick it off with the first game of the week, which was Adelaide United versus Central Coast Mariners. Of course, Mariners are just the whipping boys, have been for the past few seasons. Why are you going, woo? I mean, I thought you said your team was Sydney FC.
Because I just like the logo, so I want to hype them up a little bit. I'm sorry.
But for the past about 3-4 seasons, Central Coast has been the whipping boys, so no surprise. Adelaide, 2-0. First start for 15 or was it 16-year-old Mo Traore. So young kid coming on, assisting with 1 goal. Great for him. His brother, also 17, playing on the team as well. I forget his brother's name, but you have 2 under 18-year-olds on the first team down there, which goes to show you how Australian soccer is. Not saying anything bad about it, but we could play down there and probably score on them.
I'll take it.
Next, we have Wellington Phoenix against Melbourne City. Fuck City. Wellington with the 1-0 victory. Wellington getting 1 goal chopped off because of VAR. Again, little lines drawn on the monitor. Someone's toe, someone's pinky. I don't care what it was. Goal got chopped off. Whatever. I mean, VAR being VAR at this point. 1-0 victory for Wellington. Afterwards, probably the most surprising team out of the whole season has been Western Sydney Wanderers, which they came into it high expectations. They started off strong, and they keep drawing. Every match day, it seems like they're getting a draw after draw after draw. They sacked their coach after he went and got the logo tattooed on his forearm, saying that he was going to be there for life.
Figured that would happen like that too.
No, he literally got it, and probably a few days later, he got sacked. It was like, why'd you get the tattoo for, bro? I don't know. But he gets sacked. He then goes back to Germany on German TV. He then rags on the team, saying that they're a bunch of idiots. They don't know what they're doing. Higher ups didn't give him the support he needed.
That's how you want to go out.
Right, yeah.
From what it's looking, I mean, he's not wrong either. They drew against Newcastle Jets, who were sitting at the bottom of the table, have moved up just 1 spot, up to 10th. So good for them. Newcastle Jets are actually a decent team.
You got a question in the front.
Yes.
Does this Newcastle have anything to do with the Newcastle in the Premier League?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. It'd be funny if they did have something to do with it.
He looked so sad when they weren't involved.
Well, because it'd be interesting if it was.
I mean, if they get the same owners coming up, and then
Newcastle Brown Ale is a really good beer. You're saying.
I missed that sponsor on Newcastle shirts though. That was probably the best sponsor on shirts. But Newcastle Jets, all they need is a good gaffer. I don't know where they're gonna get one at because Australia is full of crappy gaffers. I'm sorry to my friends down there, but y'all suck. Sorry, but that's that.
Those are his views, folks. I do not agree with that. Still learning the A-League, so you know.
Last game, Western United, new boys, just came into the league this year against Brisbane Roar. Robbie Fowler somehow has found a formula for Brisbane. I still want him sacked. A lot of fans want him sacked as well. Brisbane come into it being the only team that has won back-to-back titles, and this is back probably about 8 years ago, but they do have a history with the league. And even before it was known as the A-League, they have a history. So it's kind of, how can I put it? It's kind of looking at the Scousers where they haven't won the league in a long time, and yet they're good, right? They even had that one season where Liverpool almost got relegated. I know you remember that well, Justin, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Brisbane had one of those seasons as well. So you're looking at it like Brisbane needs to be at the top, but they can't be at the top for some reason, even though they have the talent. And they've gone through gaffer after gaffer after gaffer. So something's wrong with the organization where they need to change. But they beat Western United, the new guys. United came into it really being with the fire. They were winning every game, but now slowly but surely they're just falling down the table. That's it for match days. For those of you who want to watch the A-League, it's only 11 teams. So really, you have 4 or 5 matches during the weekend. Easy to catch. ESPN, throw some money at me. ESPN Plus again. Please throw some money at me. You'll be able to catch really easy. 10 more match days remain. Sydney FC is winning the title at this point. It's going to take some historic downfall like the Scousers to basically have them lose. So, I mean, when you have money and you're poaching the best players from every other team, then what can you say? I mean, yes, Justin.
I noticed that there weren't any Perth Glory stats. Did they not play this week?
No, they did not play this week. They had
Boo.
But I'll go to the standings, and they remain in their standings, though. They remain in 3rd place right now.
Hey, wait. What spot is that? What does that mean for A-League?
So Sydney's at first, 10 points clear of Melbourne City. I mean, Sydney FC is 10 points clear of Melbourne City. Melbourne City with the loss is at 30. Perth Glory is right behind them at 29. So
sweet.
Next week, and at the rate that City and Perth are glorying, you're going to see a switch next week, I do assume.
Nice.
You have Adelaide sitting at 4th with 27, Wellington at 27, Adelaide in front from goal differential, Brisbane 6th, 25. So 1 through 6 are playoff spots. Really, that's not what you're focusing on. Like, first, no one cares. You're looking at 2 through 6 at this point. Really 2 through 7 because Western United is sitting at 21. So anywhere between, just like the Premier League, 3 games. 3 games might change this whole season around for those teams. Newcastle Jets, Central Coast Mariners sitting at the bottom, as always. Been that same story for the past 3-4 seasons. So really, I mean, you feel bad for them, but yeah. The ones that I feel bad for, because I know fans of the team, are Melbourne Victory. No one expected them to be at 17. They got rid of their manager. They got rid of their caretaker, and now they have another caretaker. Can they get rid of another caretaker is my what I want to see.
They got that
caretaker as in like the person that's taking care of the team since they don't have a manager?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they already got rid of one caretaker. Can they get rid of a second one before the season's over? There's still 10 match days.
Should put a wager up on that.
We should put a wager on that. But that's about it we have for the A-League. Next week's matches, I'll give you those right now. We have Wellington Phoenix versus Western United, Western Sydney Wanderers versus Adelaide United, Brisbane Roar versus Perth Glory. So you're looking at third going up against sixth right now.
They don't want it. We're Perth.
Jets versus Victory, and then Mario's Central Coast Mariners versus Sydney FC.
Oh, both my teams head to head. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go, Sydney.
So Perth can jump up to second with the win next week. Justin.
Sweet.
So,
I'll be.
They're not gonna do it.
Man, don't hate on Perth, bro.
They're not gonna do
Matter
it.
of fact, I'm about to get you right now, boy.
Hey, anything can happen, and I've seen collapses in the A-League before. So again, Perth can win it all again in first place, just with 2 or 3 bad matches from Sydney. That's all.
Who's your team against now?
Right now, I am with Brisbane. I do cheer on Wellington because you got a Mexican, Ulysses Davila. Shout out to him. He follows me on Twitter. Shout out, my man. Shout out. You actually follow me.
Hey, that's what's up.
Shout out to Wellington as well for following me as well. Shout out.
Wait, so then you just said Brisbane and Perth are playing one another, right?
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
So Justin and I are playing. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
And then my 2 teams are playing each other. Oh, what a headache.
Time for a wager, guys. No, I'm kidding. We don't have anything for. Hey, can Bagman come out next week?
I'm gonna wager myself.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. What are the stakes for Bagman to return? That's the real question.
We have to iron those out, man. We really do have to iron those out. Yeah.
Do the people want Bagman, bro? I don't want him.
I think Bagman comes out when United is not doing good. That's my take.
Right. And when we're winning, you guys can't have Bagman. Sorry.
Yeah. I'll take that. So we go from down under into the Mediterranean to enjoy some lovely pasta. Wait, what happened?
No, because you threw me when you said Mediterranean. Like, what?
I don't think we have a banner yet for that one.
I didn't run like this.
The fight for the pasta bowl. No, I'm just kidding. We have a Serie A race that is very, very interesting. I'm gonna just read off the 3 teams that are in the race for this. It's Juventus in first with 57 points. Lazio with the win, I believe, over Inter this weekend, right?
Yep.
They sit in second with 56, and Inter, after losing, sit in third with 54 points. So it's still just 3 points away from leaders Juventus.
We picked last week, right? Or who we thought would win that?
I said Juventus, so the GOAT. Yeah. The GOAT.
What'd you say, Sal? You said GOAT too, right?
Lazio.
Oh, Lazio.
No,
okay.
Lazio.
And I picked Man United B. So we all picked the 3 different teams.
With Ashley Young getting a goal,
scoring goals out there, bro. I don't understand.
It's amazing.
The system, man.
And all these guys are like.
That's the thing. Like, I don't know if it's an indictment on Manchester United or an indictment on that league on Serie A. Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, if a 38-year-old Zlatan scoring goals, I mean, that's all I got to say about that league.
Hey, man, but 36-year-old Zlatan was banging in goals in the Premier League too. So,
yeah,
it's kind of, I don't know. But I know that Italian soccer, like that league, is a lot slower. I know that for sure. So
I read it was more defensive minded.
That's true.
But I don't understand how defensive it could be because you have Atalanta scoring like 5 goals like in some games, and I'm like, you really consider that defensive? But I'm like, I don't know.
Defensive lapses too. It kind of looks pedestrian, but hey, I don't know. Teach his own, bro.
Yeah, because Atalanta sitting at 31 goals, and Lazio sitting at 34. Everyone else is behind them by like 10. So,
no, I see here goals for Atalanta 63.
Oh, okay, now I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then their differential is 31.
I don't know how they're doing it. I mean, and
Lazio,
place, I mean,
Lazio has 55 goals for. and Inter Milan 49, and Juventus have 46. So I don't know, but 63 goals for one team.
That's actually absurd.
Yeah, like what I don't understand. Well, at this rate, it's not bad. By the end of the season, if they continue at this rate, they'll have over 100 for sure.
Yeah.
But like 63 goals, and you're sitting in fourth, and by 9 points.
No, I'm
Like
saying,
behind.
like,
That's
how are they
weird.
that far down there with all those goals?
I guess because they get scored a lot on too, because the goals allowed for the top three are as follows: it's 23 for Juventus, 21 for Lazio, 22 for Inter, and then Atalanta got scored on 32 times. So basically, half of their goals are.
Well, they score goals in the league. We know that much.
Mm-hmm.
But
They play tomorrow, right? In the Champions League.
Yeah, they play tomorrow. They play
Valencia.
Yeah.
And we will have
all I know is that
update for y'all too Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday Champions League. Parma though, I hope they get into a Euro spot because that's a great team with great history.
How many points are they behind Verona?
They're tied actually with Verona.
Oh,
so I don't know what the I think it's goal differential. Maybe that splits them because they got 2 and Verona has 4. I don't know how that works. But yeah, Parma has always had great history and great players. So from Serie A, we will jump to the mainland, the United States, and we will talk some MLS. You can barely see my face because I'm bending over or whatever. So what is the news in MLS? Well, from what I have is that, how do I say this? Inter Miami has finally, I guess, well, I don't know if it's official, but leaked is the sponsorship that we have chosen. It is Qatar Airways.
Wait, really? Is it on the jersey now?
Well, they haven't really put it on the jersey yet, but that is the leak that that I've seen.
So is that why I'm seeing all this hate on Twitter with people going like, Beckham has landed himself with, desert money to bring in more players and everything?
I don't know, but from the comments that I keep seeing, because we keep getting like fans, like supporters groups from like the UK and just around Miami, like accounts on Twitter that Kit replies to, people about their question of like, do people like the sponsorship? Do they like how it makes the jersey look kind of deal? And I can read one right now, and it says perfect match, and then space or whatever, and it says nothing says soulless corporate franchise with no decency, like an airline owned by the country that's using slave labor to build stadiums for the World Cup that they were awarded via bribery.
Well, I was wondering. I knew somebody was gonna come with that stuff. I mean, they're not wrong.
They're not wrong at all.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and I made that comment too. To I believe it was Miami, Inter Miami, UK something, UK. I forget their Twitter handle.
Inter Miami, UK, just UK.
Do you follow them too?
Nah, I think I saw you interacting.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
I probably need to follow them.
So yeah, and then even below that comment that I just read, there's I don't know if you guys follow Route 1 Soccer, but it's like an account that basically showcases like lower like league or grassroots teams in Florida. And they say here, let's see if any of the supporter groups have the stones to register a complaint with ownership and publicly oppose the possible sponsor. So he's basically calling out he called out a couple of supporters groups there, and the major ones he included, which are Siege Miami, Vice City, and the Southern Legion. And those are the biggest ones that we know about. Yeah. We also have here the Inter Miami Mafia. First time I actually heard about them was today. So I don't really know if they're really that big. I don't want to, show any offense to them or whatever. I haven't heard of them. And then the next comment went, they all have Becky and Moss's hands up their asses, so they won't complain about anything until the team loses. And I was just
this is why I just want to hurry up and start playing, bro. Because
because I do feel it. I feel it. Like if we don't start off good,
I'm so worried, bro. I've been really holding it back, Benzi, but I am freaking worried, bro.
Well, I am too, because we know it. Like when the Heat don't do good, nobody goes. Nobody watches the Heat. But you have your old faithful fans, just like you do with the Dolphins. Dolphins suck, they tank. Stadium's mostly full of the other team's fans when it comes to game day. When you go watch a Miami Hurricanes game, if they're not doing good, that stadium is empty. Because you know why? The Marlins are prime
example of how
prime example. We have too much here in Miami, too much to offer. And if sports aren't doing good, we have 80 million other things to do down here. So as soon as Inter Miami does not start doing well, the fans are going to want to drive all the way up to Fort Lauderdale just to watch okay or horrible team.
That could be a problem too.
So you have two ways of looking at this. You can look at it either as Atlanta or Cincinnati, where Atlanta started off well because they knew exactly the players they wanted, but they had the coach already there in mind. So Tata had the players he wanted already figured out.
It's a great coach, Bussell.
Cincinnati, on the other hand, is more where I'm leaning towards, which I don't want to, because you had a team in USL that did amazing and won USL. The second they went into MLS, it's as though they had no idea what to do. Their USL players weren't there anymore. They had to go through the expansion draft. All these other things went on. So,
yeah, because they basically got picked apart. Like their players just got moved around.
Yeah,
and they were just basically starting from scrap again. And I remember seeing Cincinnati come down here when they played the Miami FC. I believe it was what's that tournament that incorporates the USL and the MLS?
US Open Cup. The
US Open Cup, yeah. And I even saw the Miami FC beat Atlanta United. Like that was a big game. That was a cool game too, So
that's when they were doing pretty good that one season. They were going deep into
Cincinnati was a good team, and then to watch what happened to them this season or this past season was embarrassing. And I'm sort of afraid that we'll probably go down the same tube. Like we made a signing that it made me laugh when everybody thought it was so great. Juan
Agudelo. We've been waiting on Juan Agudelo to be good for like 10 years, bro.
And it never happened. Never happened. Too many injuries. This could be his time,
though. This could be his time, though, man.
He's injured again.
Is he? He's hurt.
Yes.
No way.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's just the worst.
It's gonna be all right.
I don't think it's a severe injury, but it's Juan Agudelo. I'm sorry.
Bro.
I just
okay, bro.
That's your brother, man. I can't, man.
I'm looking at Nashville, how they're setting up their team, and they paid off. They paid LAFC for Walker Zimmerman, which LAFC had to do because 2 years once your 2 years are up in MLS, you have to start abiding by the rules of MLS. So expansion teams get a little extra cash year 1 and year 2. So now LAFC had to unload. So I don't know why Miami couldn't have said, yeah, we'll pick up, Zimmerman to at least assure defense up, right? Or why during the expansion draft didn't they take Zimmerman, not Zimmerman, who was Tyler Miller, since LAFC had put him out there. They said, just take him off our hands. Why not take him? And now you're stuck with Luis Robles, who is – how old is Luis Robles?
I don't even know. You can see it in his face, though.
God, man, it's you have to wonder what they're thinking down there. But at the same time, how many DP spots are left? One,
Two.
two.
So
I believe Pizarro just took up the second one.
Yeah.
So
which is funny because he actually scored on his debut in the preseason game or whatever warm-up game. I don't know what you want to call it. Versus Philadelphia Union.
yeah.
We lost 2-1, but I guess it's a promising sign because it's a 2-1 loss, and then your new signing actually scores on his debut. So some good things to look forward to, and some not so good things to look forward to.
Yeah.
But what I want to know is who's going to fill in those last two DP spots, because March 1st is really right around the corner. So
it's gonna.
And I believe our first game is at LAFC.
Yep.
So that's we're gonna be in the prime lights of the MLS on ESPN
early.
And I just really hope it's not an embarrassment. I really hope.
And have faith.
Have hope that Leon right now is like starting to tackle them since they just kicked off down there in Mexico. So hopefully they come back to the US all beat up and whatnot.
I'm actually gonna watch that game once we get out of here.
I'm just ready for them to start playing, bro. That's the only way that we're gonna get over this feeling is once we see what we have and see what happens.
Yeah.
Ever since I'm gonna be honest with y'all, ever since that coaching letdown though, I've been shook ever since then.
Yeah. I don't know.
Hey, we'll see soon enough though, right?
Supposedly our goalie is pretty good.
I mean, that's what they say. I saw some highlights. He's been saving shit. But I don't know.
You can always make the highlights look good.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Because every time they show a highlight, they only show all the good stuff. They never show when he's flopping. But I'm talking. I'm saying from the type of save that he was making.
Oh yeah, they're pretty intense.
Reactionary, like all right, maybe he can save stuff, but I don't even want to talk about it no more because I'm getting all worked up. I'm done.
Oh man.
All right.
But what I do gotta say is I was in Atlanta this past week, and that Mercedes-Benz arena is ridiculous.
Spaceship.
It's ridiculous. I was just like, I'm always in awe when you see Atlanta United fans fill it up. But man, when you look at that beach from the outside, it's a whole different ballgame. Like
Arthur Blank, man, quality owner, bro. Quality owner.
Hey Justin, so since you're down there, who feels it more, the Falcons or Atlanta United?
I think it's pretty even.
I would say it's even, bro, because these people here love football both ways. I never thought, because before I moved here, my cousin told me there was a big soccer fan base here. I didn't know until I went and watched the United game in one of their bars. It's really serious. Like they're out here. So I would probably say it's pretty even. I'd probably give the Falcons the tip just because they've been here a little bit longer and they're more prominent, but I've seen some games, bro, where Atlanta has that thing sold out rocking. Arthur Blank owns both teams, built the stadium for multiple purposes. So it's good. They're definitely loved out here, man. Billboards, the works.
Yeah, I saw a lot of billboards, especially getting ready for this upcoming season. That was very prominent there.
Sure.
All right, well, I'll bring it over here to this side with my LA Galaxy, who had their first televised preseason game, the debut of one Javier Hernandez.
Chicha, Chicha, Chicha.
And I'll say it as a supporter, say it, G Chorito, G Chorito.
Oh God, no way! Don't tell me you're saying his name wrong like that.
Nah, they just added the G because
Yeah, for Galaxy.
Oh, get it.
But he did well. He did all right. I mean,
exciting times, bro.
I yelled at him. I mean, so I'll give you some context, everybody. So I'm about 4 rows behind the players' bench, and he came out and he missed the goal. Straight up missed the goal. I yelled out, "Tronco de la chingada, vete pa atrás, güey." Which, in context, is you drunk, go back to where you came from. To my expectations, the stadium turned quiet So the man was able to hear this.
Oh my goodness!
I'll put more context into it. My friend who I sit next to, we usually yell out if a player does something wrong. We usually yell out, "Hey, number 10, you suck. Hey, number 9, you suck." Just the right. But this man literally turned around, looked at me, gave me that stare, like, "The fuck are you?" I mean, then I had some drunk guy about 3 rows up yell at me in Spanish. Who the fuck are you? You're not even Mexican. To which I looked at him and I was like, "Hi, I understand you." Yo, really making names here. No, but
that press pass is going to be coming in hot.
Galaxy did all right in a 2-1 loss. We lost Alexander Katai to a soft red card. He apparently stepped on Laurent Simon from Toronto. If you look at the replay, he doesn't even step on him. He kind of just grazes over him, but the referee decided to call it a red card for some strange reason. I don't know when's the last time anyone has seen a red card in a preseason match.
Refereeing's been terrible in every corner of the globe this year, bro. But 2019 and 20.
So we had that. The shining moment of the game was Christian Pavón with taking on 4 defenders and scoring a banger of a goal. I don't know if you guys have seen the goal.
Nope, I need you to send that to me.
No. So he does score a banger, assisted by one Javier Hernandez.
Wait, did you say Pavón?
Yeah, Pavón.
Yeah, I did see that goal.
Yeah. So an assist by Hernandez that started off that goal. Very, very nice. Galaxy have who was it? So they initiated the clause on Pavón's contract, and they are buying him out for $20 million from Boca Junior. So he will be, I think, the most expensive buyout at this point for MLS. So hopefully we can sell him for 45 later on, and bring in one Lionel Messi, who our wonderful manager coach Guillermo Barros Scalotto called Messi's father to check how his son was doing in Barcelona. So let the rumors start flying, people.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Well, I'm actually reading something here off of ESPN. It says why Pizarro's Miami move is more important than Chicharito's arrival. And it basically mentions that it's more important because even though Pizarro is not one of the biggest names in Mexican football to make a move to MLS, it's one of the first times a player in his prime has actually made the move instead of a player.
But would you
somewhat
argue
late into the prime?
Vela? Because
that's what I'm saying. Vela is
31.
Yeah, he had a 2 seasons.
Yeah, 2 seasons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh
and
no.
then and he played most of his ball in Real Sociedad and in La Liga and stuff. So he put a lot of time on his belt over there in Spain.
Yeah. Even I'll agree. I mean, Pizarro is he's looking for that move to Europe. And the way he sees that move to Europe is through Miami, since MLS does have more exposure than Liga MX. And Liga MX, I'll give the audience context. Liga MX has these weird contract structures where the player has to be bought out at the price that the club sets. So some of these clubs set ridiculous prices for these players at 20, 40, 50, even 60 million. And Liga MX players are not worth 60 million.
No way.
And the only clubs that are able to buy them are Liga MX clubs themselves. So really, it's a shame for a lot of these players that are trying to come up. As one tweet I read said, Liga MX is now the feeder for MLS. So give us all of your young players. We'll take all of them, and then we'll sell them off for more money at this point, because more talent is down there that wants to move to Europe. And you've seen it with Marchesín down in America.
Yep.
Great goalkeeper. Where is he at? Porto now, right?
Yeah,
he's at Porto. Lainez, who went for big money over there to Betis. So it's there. There's players there, but they would be better off here in MLS, where they could help a club win a championship, and then leave and go do your thing in Europe. And then if you want, go back to Mexico and finish off your career. And I'll quote the great Bruce Arena when he said, MLS clubs, your window to win an MLS title is the same year that you start, just because of the whole parity that the league is. So unless you're spending big money on big players to get them in and then selling them to get in someone new, you're not winning the league every year. Look at Atlanta. They brought in the right players. They sold Almiron, inches away from going back to MLS Cup and probably winning MLS Cup last year.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
that's the strategy. And
that's crazy. Almiron was there. That's so true.
You don't forget that quick.
And so, I mean, looking at Miami, for example, what are Miami doing? And just going back to, I don't want to like, sadden you guys up, but it's like you have an ownership that's willing to spend the money, yet they're probably waiting on the European season to end to spend that money and to see who is going to come down here. But if there's talent to be bought in South America, in Central America, why not splurge the money, hype the player for a year, and then sell them off for more money and bring in your big signing afterwards? So,
because I'm going to assume that most of the big signings we want to make already they're dwindling years. So, it's the same old thing. Like, I don't want to bash the MLS, but yeah, most of the players, big names that we get are always at the twilight of their career. And it's, and we got to wait that long because they're less money. There's still a lot of money, but it's less money than you would have paid to get them earlier. You know what I'm saying? But it's true. There's too much talent in South America. There's too much talent in Central America, and we're just passing it by and waiting for a guy that's going to give you 1, 2, 3 seasons. Like, you don't know what they're capable of giving you anymore. And everybody says MLS is easy, but no, MLS is just like any other league. You either play good or you don't, And just because you're a big elite name doesn't mean you're bound to, do what you think you're gonna do when you first get into the league. Yeah, I don't know, but
we saw it with Kaká, we saw it with Zlatan, we saw it with Pirlo, we saw it with so many who came through the league and they didn't win jack.
Yeah, look at David Villa. He was okay the first couple of seasons, and the last season that he was playing, he actually did the best of the whole time that he was here. Mm-hmm. Scoring, he was making plays. Like, you saw a lot of him on ESPN and stuff like that. Like, before he was NYCFC was nothing.
That freaking classic celebration, bro. Dude still has the best celebration in all of football history, bro.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll leave it off there. Get to preparing for this Thursday coming up. We have Champions League. We'll go over the Atletico Liverpool game from today, as well as the PSG Dortmund. And then tomorrow we have Atalanta and Valencia. And then who am I missing?
Leipzig versus Spurs.
Versus Spurs. And Spurs has a tough one, missing a lot of key players.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, whatever. I'll save that question for Thursday. I was about to get into a whole.
Write it down, man.
Well. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. If you made it this far, it is a lengthy one, but we did have a lot to talk about. And Justin, take it away.
Thanks again, guys, for over 500 views. We're still going to be trying to bring heat to you guys every week. You guys know what to do. Follow at FieldTalk_Benzi, at SouthTalk Soccer, at FieldTalk_. We are Field Talk, and you already know the phrase: content.
Oh, I'm going to say something now. Okay.
Well,
guys.
I didn't know if you wanted me to dance or what.
Oh, I don't know. I was just pointing at both of you guys, so I don't know how to do it anymore.
That makes sense.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, and we will, like Justin said, bring you content and more content. And more content. Right?
Get Gabbar his. What do you want?
His grill.
Grill, yeah. Get Gabbar his grill.
Gabbar the grill foreman. It doesn't matter if it's big or small. Gabbar 81 needs a foreman grill and some love. Holler at him.
Hashtag get the grill.
Yep.
Hashtag get.
No, hashtag get the grill.
Okay. Hashtag get the grill.
That's what we're going with. We're gonna start it as soon as we sign off. All right, everybody. Have a good evening or good morning or good afternoon, and see ya on the next one.
Bye.